Hello, this is Alistair for this vlog of games for the Mini Metroid Daily Challenge. Yes, for the 25th of July 2017. Yes, woohoo! And we've got a Paris normal today. Yay! Play. There we go. Those clicked on the window. We've got a couple of bits of news. I found a second sort of backup of a news article because the one I found for the main one, I don't think it's going to cover this entire session. But let's go. This article is from Eurogamer, and this article is about Crash Bandicoot blocks Splatoon 2 from UK top spot. Yes. Nintendo Switch exclusive Splatoon 2 has had to settle for second place in the UK chart behind the resurgent Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. That is a game I do wish to play, because I did buy the port for the PS3, the Crash Bandicoot port for the PS3. So yes, it's a game and I quite enjoyed that. I haven't completed it, but out of all the versions I'll probably get this one. But I could just just plug it back in my PS3 again and I could do that. But we'll continue. Splatoon 2 sold solidly with sales up 59% on the launch of Splatoon 1 on the Wii U. You know, but that is only because only over 12 Wii U's were ever sold. Because Nintendo really balls the launch of it, because they really made it look like it was an attachment for the actual Wii instead of an actual separate console in its own right. They should have just named it differently, but we'll get onto that later. Another episode is right. But after 4 weeks of release, an influx of new stock, Crash claimed its third chart #1. Splatoon 2's launch was not strong enough to trouble the opening sales of the Switch's top bestsellers, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and Zelda Breath of the Wild. Nothing's going to top Zelda at the moment. I will admit that. The launch of Splatoon 2 did boost sales of both Mario and Zelda. However, likely a few more folk picked up the Switch this past week and wanted to own the game alongside Splatoon 2. And that's the article. And we've also got the top 10 selling list for this week, which I will pop on screen, but it reads as: in first place is Crash Insane Trilogy, second is Splatoon 2, third is GTA 5, because apparently that's still being sold. Apparently that's still being sold enough to get into charts. I know it's still sold, but apparently it's still being sold enough to get into the charts. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Overwatch, The Zelda Breath of the Wild, Final Fantasy 12, Zodiac Age, FIFA 17, Fallout 4, again same with GTA 5. Like it surprises me that it's still being sold enough just to hit the charts. And Lego Worlds. I'll obviously copy that and put it on screen when I'm mentioning that. But as you can see, that's not a very long article, but it's an interesting article. My thoughts on this is that it proves remasterings of games works. And I hope other companies pick up on this. Like, for example, EA. I hope that they remaster Sims 1 and 2. Like other YouTube users have said, if that happened, it would sell like hotcakes. Because I mean, I would buy it myself. Because I have got a copy of Sims 1. I've got a copy of Sims 1, which is not. It's just some work on Windows 10. Anyway, I've looked all over the internet and trying to fix this, couldn't get it to work. So if EA, if you're listening, which you're probably not, but if you are, please release a HD re-release of Sims 1, because I would buy that. I would buy like all the copies in the world. I would crash the servers for my bank and stuff because they would not be, because the number value of the amount of money I'm sending would be so high enough the computers wouldn't be able to handle it. That's how much that's how hard I would buy that HD re-release. Yeah. Anyway, we've got another bit of news also involving Nintendo, again from Eurogamer. Models are adding co-op to Zelda Breath of the Wild. Yes. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is already a stunning achievement, yet there's one huge feature the fanbase felt could add even more to Nintendo's masterpiece: two-player co-op. Yes, and also hi Nintendo lawyers trying to unfairly claim this piece of video creativity-ness because I put Nintendo in the tags. Hi, hello. Which I made the copyright deadlock on this. As such, some modders are working on implementing this very notion, as noted on NanoJaff modder Funoi on the Regin8 Discord posted pictures of how this product is coming along. Let's have a look. Loading. Well, that looks interesting because there's one guy on the horse. Yeah, because that's why I couldn't see it when it was in small. I had to zoom in. But yeah, there's one guy on the horse and one guy on the ground. That looks interesting. I'll probably put those pictures up on here for you. Don't cover it up in this video because Nintendo. Yeah. The modder suggested that it will be a year or so until the feature will actually be functional. After all, the game wasn't developed with 2 players in mind, so it's not clear how it will deal with things like talking into NPCs or entering shrines, aka mini dungeons that will whisk players away from the overworld to a loading screen transition. Since Breath of the Wild is a console game and there's no Switch emulator available yet, this Zelda mod is being developed through a fan-made PC version of the game on the Wii U emulator CEMU. Oh, so they're not technically doing it for the Switch then, are they? Actually, it doesn't say they're specifically doing it for the Switch. Oh. That's an interesting way to get around it, I will say that. But this proves that consoles just need more, because Bethesda's got that idea. Bethesda's got the idea that the thank you tablet for ruining that speech. This proves that Bethesda's got the right idea because mods are really good because they keep the game alive. And you know how he said it's not built for multiplayer? There have been several games which have multiplayer, like Skyrim and like Bethesda games, obviously, for example. They've not been built for any multiplayer in any single way or fashion, but people have got them working poorly, I will admit, but working. I've not played any of them, but I've seen footage of them. And it's not well, but one of my favourite games that has got multiplayer is the SES Truck Simulator games. Obviously ETS2 and ATS. They weren't technically built for multiplayer, because they never have multiplayer built in the software, but the guys who run the multiplayer mods have actually got the official, green light from the developers, which is really lovely. And I hope that maybe SCS and the mod developers are in talks with each other to see if there's an actual way of integrating it into the base game without having modding. I hope they're doing that, because if that happens, that will make me really happy. Oh shit, we've got no tunnels. Oh shizer. Well, we'll leave them there. But yes, we'll continue with the article. Back in March, we were surprised to see so much of Breath of the Wild has been emulated a mere 2 weeks after launch. That is actually quite a nice time. That is quite a nice time frame. I'll stick a second guy in here. No wait, it's that guy, because that guy's got the only peachy pear thing, hasn't he? I'll stick 2 guys on that one then. Yeah. Emulator games are, of course, a legal grey area, and Nintendo has officially condemned their use. Even Kyoto-based company allegedly sold an emulator version of its Motion Warriors title as a first-party release. I will say this, emulator is a grey area, because from my understanding, at least in UK law, you're allowed to emulate the game as long as you own the let's just say it was like Assassin's Creed Syndicate for the PS4. That's the first game I saw in my vision. Let's say I want to emulate that. I'll have to own a PS4 console and the game to run it on an emulator, from my understanding of the law. And also, never take YouTubers' understanding of the law, because it probably wouldn't end well, but from my understanding of the law, in the UK at least, that's how it works. And the phone's going off. Oh my god! It's a sign, I should not be recording anything. But we've also got another thing. Yes, I've got 2 links completely nudie, except for some underpants, and yeah. But it looks like quite interesting, yeah. This wouldn't be the first time fans have added a co-op single-player open world game. We saw the same thing happen with Just Cause 2 and 3. I talked about that yesterday, I completely forgot about that. How could I forget about that? Co-op also shouldn't be... Yeah, if you want to have my thoughts on the Just Cause multiplayer mods, go to yesterday's video, which I'll put the link up with that little description thing up there. And there's a couple of co-op entities for like 4 Swords Adventure and Triforce Heroes. but they are more considered dungeon crawlers than there's ever been a co-op expansive Zelda title for the Overworld. One can dream though. This is really interesting because I like this because it shows that because I think most open world multiplayer games should have like some level of multiplayer in them, like Grand Theft Auto 5. That bloody poor excuse for an open world game, GTA Online. It's still open world, but it's a poor excuse because I've been on it. Oh god. Even in passive mode, like, you still get iced by guys. But yeah. But yeah, I think most open world games should have a like co-op element. I really like this idea. I hope Nintendo does not shut them down. Because they shut down that fan-made Pokemon game. What's it called? Pokemon Uranium. Because I've got a copy of that on here. That's what I should play. I need to play that as well for the channel. Yes. And they also need to have a talk show. So like things like Wii U, my thoughts on things. Which is not more centered on news. I need to do that. But I've also got a video lined up for the main channel. Because the reason the main channel has been so quiet lately is because I've just not had ideas for videos. Really. This is the idea for a video I've had. And it's easy to produce because half the work's already done for me essentially. All I need to do is record myself, record the game footage, and then edit it. I don't need to come up with an idea or anything because all the ideas and stuff are basically here on the internet, on other websites. All the information that I need to talk about in it, is, except for my own personal opinions, is on the website. It's on another website, which I can link to in the video description and report on. Because this is a good series to do. Like, it's getting me back into the groove of things. You know what I mean? Well, I don't know what I mean. But you know what I mean? It's quite a nice, easy-ish series to produce. I don't mean easy as it's just good to produce. I mean easy as it's a nice thing to produce. It's a nice daily one. Also, you may realise it is Tuesday the 25th of July, and I said I'd be away. Not anymore, it'll be next week now, because turns out my brother's car, he was going to drive us down to where we were going, I'm not going to reveal, and it turns out there's a fuel leak. So he's getting it repaired on Wednesday tomorrow, from both our point of views. Actually, it should be in the shop by the time tomorrow's episode is uploaded. Oh, that guy's already got 2. Yes. Oh shit, I still don't have tunnels. Well, this isn't going to end well, is it? But yes, that is interesting. Oh, what else can I talk about? Let's have a look at Rock Paper Shotgun, because I'm a bit tired of bloody Eurogamer. Nothing really much here. It's pretty much all the same from yesterday, and I don't think most of it's entertaining. What's up with Duke Nukem? Some go, why do we spend time playing games we don't want to play? They're all shit. Because we enjoy them there. What else is there? There's not much else to talk about yet, is there? There's a bit more. News is a bit more much than yesterday's news, but it's still a bit down. Yeah, anyway. Oh, what else we've got to talk about? Now that we've been recording for, let's check. About 15 minutes. Oh god, it's going to take a little while for this video to render then. Hopefully. Oh, come on, news! I want to get this video over. Because I want to get it out on time for 12. Because that's the designated time. So I would have recorded it earlier, but for the simple fact is that my tablet was out of battery, and because I've got two-step authentication set up on Steam and to deactivate that, I need to log in. You can see the problem here. So yeah, keep in mind, every few days, keep in mind I need to make sure before I set off for the night, go to sleep for the night, I need to make sure if my tablet's low on power, I need to plug it in. Yeah, you're losing! Cool. It's been 17 past for quite some time. Though I have got a new phone. It's a Samsung J5 2016 model. But I will say this, it was hell trying to get my number sorted out because I transferred my number from my previous carrier to my new carrier. And it was hell trying to get it sorted out. Oh, good lord. That's that's 2 videos now for my main channel. I want to say main channel, I say vlogging channel. Because I'm not sure which one of the channels I want to make my main channel. I'm not sure if I want to make this my main channel or my vlogging channel my main channel. I'm not sure at all. Oh shit, I've logged into... Oh shit. I'm just trying to sort out Instagram because I'm still logging into some of the stuff. Okay, right, yeah. Oh. That should be the incorrect... Yeah, that's the incorrect password. I put in the wrong password. And it's done, yay. Right. Oh. I think this is quite be an interesting episode. Anyway. Back to menu, pull up. Basically, 17 minutes. Oh, within... Cheat. Remember the guy that cheated? Bomb 35! Actually, that's one of the best ones I've ever had. To be honest with you. Anyway, it's been Arthur for this vlog of games for, 25th of July 2017 for Mini Much Daily Challenge. Yes, goodbye!